How's everyone doing out there? You guys are tuned into another episode of Listen in 3D. This is episode number 95. I'm your boy Justin, aka Too Tall for You Fool.
And I'm Ray, aka Vandal Society.
And together we are both Team 3D, the host of Listen in 3D, where we discuss, dissect, and debate the music and the albums in the world of hip hop and other genres, like what you're seeing, like this video, or dislike it. Doesn't bother me, or I don't think it bothers Ray either. But just any kind of engagement's great. Comment, share it around, and most importantly, subscribe. When you do subscribe, help us out one step further. Click that notification bell. That way you know when our videos and shorts go live. We have a lot of great content coming to the channel. It's already been posted. We've been doing a lot of good things, and we hope to continue that trend and give you all the best content that we can. All right, so we're doing another classic from 1995. I feel like we've been doing a lot of albums from 1995 lately, but then again, it is 2025, 30 years.
Not only that, man, that was a good year in the 90s, man. There was quite a bit going on during that year.
Yeah. I mean, I know for me, it's a great year in hip hop. It was the first year I started listening to the genre. Well, really started getting more involved with, the artists and everything at a very early age. So we're doing another album from 1995. Thoughts on this album before we dive right in? Anything you want to share?
I think for me, it was mainly a lot of the singles that were on the radio. That's what drew my attention more to this artist.
Mm-hmm.
That's what pretty much put me onto this artist when I first heard these songs from him.
All right. And what album are we discussing today?
Today we're discussing Dub C and the Maad Ciricle, Curb Servin. So it was released October 3rd, 1995 through Payday Records, FFRR Records, and London Recordings. It's the second and their final studio album. It peaked at number 15 top R&B hip hop albums and number 85 on Billboard 200. The singles are West Up and The One. The music videos for this album is the same as the singles, West Up and The One. And the guest appearances are very minimal with Ice Cube, Mack 10, and Coolio.
All right, so WC and the Maad Ciricle. So, talking to Team 3D, we eventually want to do the Westside Connection and their Bow Down album in the near future, but it wouldn't make sense to do that album not before doing this one. We've already done the Mack 10 one, and we've already done Ice Cube's bootlegs and B-sides, so we had to get this one in, and it is a good album for the most part. So Maad Ciricle, so WC and the Maad Ciricle, they were a hip-hop group in the early to mid-90s. It consisted of four members, WC or Dub C, as I think it was around this time more people started calling them Dub C. Big G, who I don't know what that guy did necessarily, but he was in the group. He was on the album covers.
Kind of like a hype man, kind of like a Sin Dog to be real.
Okay, so Big G, DJ Crazy Tunes, which was Dub C's brother, and a rapper who was on the underground scene in LA at the time named Coolio. He was featured more on their first album as opposed to this one. This one, he was only on one track here, unfortunately. So I don't know if it's a pretty decent track for the most part. So it consisted of the four of them. Dub C was in a previous group called Low Profile with DJ Aladdin. DJ Aladdin, who has done some production work for Ice-T. Like Dub C, he was a member of the Rhyme Syndicate, and we've talked about that. So that's pretty much WC and the Maad Ciricle. This would be, Dub C's second group before he joined the supergroup Westside Connection. So, with that, so that's a little bit, on their bio, and for the most part, he did work with Ice Cube over the years, and this was a great stepping stone. Mack 10's debut album, the three of them were together on the Westside Slaughterhouse. This one, they were on the track together, West Up, and this is like pre-Westside Connection before they actually became Westside Connection, if that makes sense. So Good group. Unfortunately, there won't be any reunions, as with the exception of Dub C. All the other members of the group are unfortunately no longer with us. So I would have loved to see Maad Ciricle reunion between Dub C and Khalil. That would have been amazing. But
Yeah.
yeah, who knows? And we were just talking about this before we got on air. I don't know what made them drift apart, because if you listen to like some of their earlier hits, they had great chemistry together. They really did.
Yeah. Maybe he just felt Coolio felt like it was just time for him to go solo, and then he had that opportunity with his album. But
Yeah, I know he did sign with Tommy Boy. It Takes a Thief, and then by this time in '95, I mean, Coolio was already on top of the hip hop world with Gangsta's Paradise. So
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were kind of far apart in the hip hop spectrum in terms of popularity, if you know what I mean. Because
Yeah.
if you had heard of Coolio back then, you probably wouldn't even know that he was in the Maad Ciricle until doing your research years later, like I
Yeah.
did. But I mean,
Yeah. At the time, I didn't even know Coolio was part of the Maad Ciricle. I just knew it was Crazy Tunes and Big G and Dub C, but yeah,
mhm.
I didn't know Coolio was part of it.
Yeah. So yeah, a little bit of West Coast hip hop history for you guys. Coolio, yes, he was a member of the Maad Ciricle. So anyway, let's see. So I do have the CD here. This is, I'll bring it closer to my camera. This is, yeah, OG pressing, I guess. of the CD. I don't have the vinyl.
You have the case for it or no?
No, unfortunately, like many of my CDs, I don't have the case. But if I can find it, I'll definitely go with it. But
For
yeah,
sure.
but I do have it. Do you have a CD or any vinyl you'd like to share for this one?
I have the promo release for the one.
Mm.
Let's see if I can catch
Oh,
it right there.
yeah. You're good.
Uh, Unfortunately, it doesn't have the explicit version. It's just the album version clean, and then the instrumental, and then a remix of the one with the instrumental.
Mm,
And then I also have, by the way, I picked this one up for like $5 at Amoeba, I think like several years ago. I don't remember when,
mm,
but yeah. And then this one right here is through Payday. It's a compilation. It has quite a bit of. It has 10 tracks, 5 on each side, and it has J. Rue the Damager, Group Home,
mm.
Showbiz, and AG. It has Jay Z's like early a song, and then it has a Dub C in the Map Circle on here on with the Homesick.
Oh, homesick. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a song we'll definitely get into later.
yeah, that's about it for as far as vinyl.
All right. And did you have the CD of this or?
I have the CD a long time ago, but it's one of those that got lost, and
Yeah.
I never replaced it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if I mean this, it's a good album. Low key, I prefer their first album over this one. If I'm being perfectly honest, I actually do have their first album on vinyl, but
Oh,
and
okay.
I didn't bring it along since we're not talking about this one, their first
Yeah,
album. But hopefully, it's an album we do later on down the line. But yeah, just I mean, if I do see it for a good price on vinyl or CD, I mean, I'd probably pick it up. But it's not one of those that I'm sought after. It's not on my want list, I guess you could say. So, but if I see it for a good price, if I'm in a record shop or something, I'll pick it up.
yeah, yeah. I seen West Up out there a few years back, but I didn't pick it up though. I
Mm.
should have picked it up, but
Yeah,
yeah,
like the West Up single. I would probably want the single before buying the album, just
yeah, for
because
sure.
you know me, I'm a big singles guy.
Yeah,
All right, so enough. So the sharing, moving on. So just what did you expect going into this album? Were you expecting just what you heard on the radio at the time? I mean,
yeah. At the time, I kind of expected everything that I heard on the radio from him, and like I said, the singles on the radio were my pretty much my introduction to Dub C. I didn't hear his first album prior to that. It wasn't until later on that I went back and listened to his earlier albums
yeah.
or earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know same with me. I mean, this was like, yeah, the West Stuff was like the first song I ever heard with
Yeah.
him, and yeah, going back later, and just from his first album, I think only one or maybe two of those tracks made the radio, so
Yeah.
it wasn't being played like that, so it's not like it was. You were definitely going to have to go out and find it. It wasn't going to fall
Yeah.
in your lap.
And yeah, and that was the thing in '91. Like I was, still a little too young to really grasp like who was who in hip hop. I was listening to only a handful of people,
Hmm.
and Dub C wasn't one of them at that time in '91. But you know what? My uncle, he had a VHS video. I gotta find it too. I have it in my like garage somewhere because I kind of took it from him and never gave it back. But it has like, dude, man, it has NWA, like their late '80s stuff, pretty much like all their singles, but the music videos for them. So it's just a VHS of like Ice Cube when he went solo, and then a little bit of NWA, and they had Dub C and the Maad Ciricle from their dress code music video. They had that on there, and they had the Ghetto Boys Mind Playing Tricks on Me, and that's like I probably remember seeing that VHS maybe like '93 or '94. But it's
Damn, that's old.
I gotta look for it, man, because it's like an official, like they made a release out of it. I think it was through Priority or something. But it's pretty cool.
Hopefully, if you find it, hopefully it still works.
I think those are one of those VHSs where I would want to upload it to YouTube one day, but I need to look into all that.
All right, that's pretty cool. I know for me, when I got the album, I really didn't know what to expect, if I'm being honest. I mean, I'd only heard West Up and the One. I don't even remember when I got the album. I probably had to have gotten it like some of my earlier years in college, I guess. Maybe late high school. But I mean, I remember I did pick it up from a record store of some sort. Or maybe Circuit City. I don't know, but if they had it at Circuit City, but I got it somewhere.
Yeah, they had a good selection at Circuit City. I remember finding some albums there.
Yeah,
Not a good album.
yeah, they definitely did. But yeah, so I don't remember where I bought it, but I mean, once I listened to it, I was very blown away by it, and just very good album, and yeah, I just wish that he had gotten more recognition during that time. Eventually, he would get his when he hooked up with Ice Cube and Mack 10 and Westside Connection. But I feel like his earlier stuff. I mean, I feel he just doesn't get enough credit for this album and the previous album also. So
yeah, that's true.
All right, so album artwork. So it's WC or Dub C, DJ Crazy Tunes, Big G in the background. Looks like they're in front of an apartment or something, or a house.
It looks like it looks like kind of like Jordan Downs in Watts, but I know it's probably not Watts, but yeah, it looks like one of the housing projects over there. Maybe Imperial Courts. I'm not sure, but
I don't think that's Imperial Courts, but I could be wrong. But I know he grew up off of what 120th and somewhere near LA Southwest College. I think that's what it is.
Oh,
like
okay.
on like the borderline between Inglewood and LA, right there. I know that's like the area he grew up in, so I don't think it would be Imperial Courts. Not that area anyway. So but it looks like an apartment building to me. But
yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
So I mean, I've seen better. It's not the worst album cover ever, but it looks like someone just took a photo of them and we'll just use that as the.
I mean, I think it's pretty fitting though, because I mean, the photo is from a passenger seat perspective.
Yeah.
You see the car, and it fits the title of the album.
Curb Servin, yeah.
Curb Servin, yeah. So pretty much saying like you're slanging drugs or music or whatever through the car. So Curb Servin, just handling business like that. So I feel like it's a fitting album cover. I like it. It kind of gives it that West Coast, 90s West Coast gangster vibe right there.
Yeah, that definitely does. Oh yeah, before we move on, I forgot to ask this. So do you know what so Maad MAAD? Do you know what that stands for?
what was it? Minority Alliance.
Yeah, so it stands for
Nation, I think.
Minority Alliance of Anti-Discrimination. So
Yeah.
yeah, just I thought that was kind of unique,
Yeah.
how they did that.
Yeah. I always seen that they spelled it with two A's, but I
Mm,
never back then I never really looked into why it was spelled that way.
yeah,
No.
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, pretty unique right there.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump into the singles. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's start with we'll go in order with the one or no West Up.
West Up, West Up. All right, so good song. I love the sample that they did here. I know it's, contains a Atomic Dog from George Clinton and Gary Scheider and David Spurley. Yeah, that's who I guess recorded that one. And then there was another sample too for. Oh wait, no, wrong sample. Uh, Reach for It, which was by George Duke, Byron Miller, Leon Chancellor, and Charles Foster. Um, yeah, Charles Foster Johnson. So that's what the sample was for
Oh,
What's
okay.
Up. So I've heard it on the radio before. It's a nice song, kind of simple, but I mean, because he just pretty much looped like the same thing, pretty much. But I thought the beat was pretty nice and banging. Just for the time, and it fit in with what we're hearing from other LA groups at the time, like Caution. I guess it kind of fit in with that a little bit, especially with Ice Cube's involvement. Um, I do like the verses. I think all three of them come off strong, and
Yeah, definitely.
it's like you would have already thought they were like a group after the three of them were together on that track, and I guess a bit of a continuation from the West Side Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Um, any thoughts?
Yeah, West Up has always been one of my favorites because I mean I heard it when it was out on the radio during that time in '95. So
Hmm.
it was a single that was highly played on Power 106 back then, and yeah, it was. I probably recorded it several times on cassette. That's how much I liked it. And yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks from the album. And there's a line that Ice Cube says on this
Hmm.
song where it just stuck with me for the rest of my life. It pretty much taught me direction as far as like east and west. You know what line I'm talking about or not?
Let's see.
Where he
Now I
says
gotta show you how the West Coast rocks. The sun rises in the east, but it sets in the west. Yeah, that one. Okay.
yep, that one. Yeah, ever since then I was like, damn, that's true. Okay, so now I know my direction from east and west. So the sun rises in the east, so that's got to be east.
Yeah.
Going west, the sun sets in the west. So I was like, all right, cool.
So
So
if
ever
you're
since then,
if you're ever lost in the woods,
yeah, just remember that right there. Yeah, if you're lost in the woods, just think about that line right there. That helped you out. That helped me out at least.
I mean, it's easier than finding the North Star. If you ever heard, I still wouldn't be able to identify the North Star if I was out in the middle of the woods lost. But
Well, I mean, it kind of narrows it down the search a bit because now you know which way east and west would be. Now
yeah,
you know the north, yeah. Yeah,
uh,
that line always stuck out to me when I was little. So ever since then, I kind of just use that as a reference to myself. Like, oh, okay, yeah, this way.
yeah. So, of the three verses, who do you think came out the hardest in this song, in your opinion?
Oh man, that's a hard one for me because I feel like all three of them, like you said, they came out strong.
Mm.
Uh, each each one held their own, and I think they all came with it. But the most memorable one that sticks with me is Ice Cube's verse.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It could be fair to say that he kind of stole the show.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Thoughts on the
that's
music?
been.
Yeah. Thoughts on the music video?
I liked it, man. It was one I remember seeing years ago, and I
Mm.
feel like it's a cool video for it.
I like the Coolio cameo.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was kind of funny, and then them just dancing on the freeway. It's yeah, they just don't make music videos like that anymore. In terms of just all right, let's on a party here, and
yeah,
at least I don't see it. But I thought it was a pretty cool one. All right, we'll go with the second single now. The one. Um, let's see. This song, I know that I have the sample right here. Um, it samples "Girl Calling," which was written by Alan Toussaint, as recorded by Chocolate Milk. So it's a sample. It's been around in hip hop for years. It's not the first time that sample's been used, but I thought it was nice swinging beat, and I think they did a good job. Just making it more gangster, I guess you could say. Definitely a nice song you can just ride out to, and just relax, chill, and
Yeah, yeah. I always like the beat for the one. Like
mm,
it just has like that nice sample to it. Um, it just one. That's also another favorite of mine too. Is the one.
okay, and then yeah, it's a good song. I think he delivers on all three verses, and then the music video though, I thought that was it was one of the funnier music videos I've seen in a while since doing the show. But like
Where you
like you
guys
have like all these criminals, and then you have him at the top as the one, and then
right
uh,
above Al Capone, huh?
and then the police. I don't know, like for these music videos, were they getting like real police officers, or they
I'm
had
pretty
to be
sure they.
actors, or what do
Yeah,
you think?
that's a, I know because I know like in movies in the past they would hire maybe LAPD to do a little cameo or something, but they could have been actors. I think.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
maybe they were. I think it was kind of funny how he stole the police car, goes to the jail, frees all his homies and whatever, and then the cops
yeah,
can't catch him. It's like he stole the police car like right in front of him when they're at the donut shop. I thought that was kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
kind of funny.
They have some comedy scenes in there. But one of my favorite scenes where it cuts to is when it looks like it's kind of like rainy or maybe
Hmm.
it was just like cold. They're on the sidewalk. It was Dub C. He starts crip walking a little bit. Mac 10
Hmm.
is to his side, and then Crazy Tunes is right there,
Uh-huh.
kind of vibing along. I
Uh-huh.
like when it cuts out to those scenes a few times. I think they maybe do it like 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I think that's one of those scenes where you really get to see Dub C display his crip walking abilities.
yeah.
So I mean,
And then just their attire, man. They have the khakis on and they
yeah,
have like their shorts on and just wearing the black hoodie or a black plain tee. That's how it was, man. Like that's how that West Coast image was.
yeah.
I mean, it
So
still is in some parts, but
yeah, and then yeah, it looks like it was about to rain, and I think one of the lyrics, I think it was in the third verse, where let me
oh
pull it
yeah,
up, where he says, "You can't stop the rain."
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you think that was a reference to? I don't know if it was out. I don't know. Maybe the timing might be off, but it's can't stop. It was Rain from Shaquille O'Neal and
Uh,
Biggie.
I
You remember that
think,
song?
yeah, yeah, I love
Yeah,
that. Love that song. It's a
yeah. That's a dope beat too, right there.
yeah, yeah. That was a very good song. I think, yeah, I think that came out after. That came out in '96. I want to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I think it might have been
So,
like
so
six.
maybe Shaq did take something from it. I don't
That's true. Yeah,
know.
probably, yeah, it was probably Shaq and Biggie taking that
Yeah,
lane probably from them.
yeah,
But,
yeah. So, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't say it first. Who knows? But
true.
uh,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I also do like how he starts out the song where he talks about how he came up from a damn thing changed, left the
Yeah.
stage. Yeah,
No
so
difference.
yeah, I like his saying he used to be in low profile and 7 year
Yeah.
vet. I do like the story that he says behind this. In the one, so very good
Yeah. Yeah.
lyrically song,
It
put together
it
song.
is. It is. And then I feel like his delivery. I always liked Dub C's voice. It was like a deeper,
Hmm.
like more harder approach in the way he delivered his rhymes. I felt like like it just came off like a he just sounded like a G or something,
Yeah.
like a Beatle G or something. That's how I always envisioned him when I was younger. He was just like some tall, big, OG gangster, you know. So I think
Yeah,
that's what.
I think he scared a lot of people back in the day. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think he was intimidating to quite a
Yeah,
few, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. I think of all three Westside Connection members, I think he was the most intimidating. I mean, I know when he did that. I know when they did that cameo on Jamie Foxx. Yeah, just that scene where everyone thought he was gonna pull out a gun.
Oh yeah, and you know he did a cameo on Set It Off too, right? In the bank robbery in the very beginning.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't seen that movie. I gotta see it.
oh, okay.
It's
Yeah, yeah. So he came out in Set It Off, where he's at the bank in the very first scene of the bank. The whole movie before it turns to what the movie is, where the girls start robbing banks. But
mm,
uh, he's the one that provides the note to the bank teller, and asks to like hand over the money, pretty much. So yeah, he's in that scene, and then he's on Friday, right?
yeah,
Where he's like,
Friday. Yeah, I don't think he's been in another Cube movie since then. But yeah, yeah, we all know about the cameo on Friday.
yeah,
He did the
yeah,
drive by. So
yeah. But on Set It Off, he pretty much plays the same role. He's
yeah.
doing a bank robbery. He's over there just shooting his guns throughout the bank, and yeah.
All
I
right.
think in both movies, I think the Set It Off one probably has a little bit more time with him on film.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Friday was pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to. Oh, I just jumped into the singles. I'm so off today. Best beats. What beats did you like?
Let's see. So, of course, I like West Up and The One, and I also like The Creator. That's been one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, the creator is a very good beat for
That one,
me. Yeah, what were you saying?
from The Creator, that one sampled because you could hear it. You could pretty much hear it throughout the song.
Yeah.
It's from the Shalimar sample. This is for the lover in you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's you can hear it throughout the song on that one, but yeah, that's one of my favorites right there.
All right, I know for me, definitely West Up is a good beat along with the one, the songs we just talked about. Uh, I know he took like inspiration from like previous hip hop albums that had come out before, like um, in a twist. That beat was a sample off a song off of Ice Cube's Predator. I think Mac something Mac, I forget. I'd have to look at the track listing, but it was from the Predator album. And then I
Was it
know
easy?
Dirty Mac, that song, Dirty Mac, and then put on the set. That was also, I want to say that was from somewhere. Maybe Ice Cube's bootlegs and B sides. Maybe this track he rapped on with him actually.
Oh,
My skin is my sin. I want to say it sounds like similar to that. I know that's a good beat also, but in terms of my favorite beats, I know Curb Servin's a really good beat. But if I'm going with just one, I gotta go Homesick. I thought that was
yeah, that
that
one
was
was
probably
cool
my
too.
favorite.
Yeah, yeah, that one's good too. I like that one.
All right, so we talked beats, we talked singles. Can't believe I missed the beats. Oh well. Well, at least we got it. Just a little out of order for you people that like to follow our episodes, but I didn't forget about it. Anyway, get to the time of the episode where we talk our three favorite tracks. All right, you ready, or do you want me to go first?
I'm ready, but you can go ahead and take the first one on this one.
All right. So my top three. West Up, I think, is the best song on the album. Just I think the singles outweighs the rest of the deep cuts. But the other two, I gotta go with deep cuts here. And it was very tough, but I gotta go Homesick, and then I gotta go Kill a Habit.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one's good too.
I can. It's a funny song, "Kill a Habit," and I can kind of. I'm not going to get into it, but I can kind of relate to that kind of situation. Once again, I'm not going to go any further than that, but I'm not going to go any further than that. But I can kind of relate. That's all I want to say.
Should we just develop our own assumptions here, or?
Yeah, you can put two and two together if you've heard the song.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure someone knows someone who's dealt with a family member that's gone through something like that. Maybe not exactly, but I can kind of relate. That's all. Once again, that's all I want to say. And
Yeah,
then
like I think it's a common thing, you know.
yeah, and then Homesick. I just like the story behind it. You know, hey, I don't live in the hood anymore, but I'm going to come out here anyway, and just hang out with the homies until we get caught for warrants out for my arrest back in October, and so I mean, I thought that was I don't think Dub gets enough credit for his storytelling abilities.
Yeah, that's
He,
true
he
for
he's
sure.
he's real easy to follow. When he is rapping, pretty good storyteller for the most part. So I'm going with those three: West Sub, Homesick, and Killer Habit. What are
Yeah.
yours?
I like Put on the Set, Curb Servin, and The Creator.
You would like put on the set. Okay, I mean, okay, I will say until I started listening to the album again recently, it was one of my least favorite songs. But I do like the story behind "Home for the Set." You know, how watching
Yeah,
TV and he's going through like different channels, like in the LA area. I know he dropped Fresh Prince and a few other TV shows on there as well. So I thought that was pretty cool how he was kind of shouting out like the whole local networks.
yeah. You know what was cool though too? Like I feel like Dubsy kind of always kept it like to the roots with hip hop.
Hmm.
In the past when he was with DJ Aladdin, and then
Yeah.
right here on this album they have a crazy break.
Hmm.
It's kind of like a little skip, pretty much, but it's just like a scratching on the
Yeah.
turntable. You know, I always thought that was cool how he just added that still in there in the midst of this gangster rap movement. You know what I mean? He kind of just kept it a little hip hop still in that
Yeah.
culture, like the turntable culture. So I just thought it was dope.
Hmm. Yeah. So and then oh yeah, he talks to Martin and Arsenio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's,
Yeah. That's a. I guess if you're a big weed head, I mean, I guess I can see why you would like it. But I mean, it's. I guess it's a. I guess it's a good song to get high to. I guess and
well, it was more
imagine.
for me. What always captivates me is the beat first, and
Yeah.
then like to the lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah. The
So
beat. It does have a good beat though.
yeah,
And
like
then.
that's usually what draws me into any song first.
Mhm.
I always go for a beat first, and then the lyrical content within it.
It did sound like a futuristic kind of beat though, like little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
kind of like Easy E's "Down to the Last Roach."
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And then
Yeah.
what? So aside from "Put on the Set," what were the other two?
Um, the Curb Servant and the
Curb Sur-
Creator.
Curb Servin. That's a good song too. It's a good song to ride out to. That beat goes hard, and especially
Yeah,
if
that was
you're
one.
hitting the switches. Oh my god.
Yeah,
And then the Creator. That was yeah, when I was deciding my three, it pretty much came down to that one, Killer Habit and the Creator. It was very close between those two. Creator is definitely an honorable mention of mine. It's a very good song, just from the heart, definitely. I think it's if you go through the whole song, I don't think it's one of the only song raps that has no profanity in it. I could be wrong, but I mean, I don't remember him
yeah,
cussing on the song, so that's pretty cool that we know he can do write raps without having to cuss.
yeah. True.
But I do like the story behind the Creator, and it's a very heartfelt song.
Yeah.
Any other honorable mentions that you had for this album?
Nah, that was pretty much like my main ones right there that I usually go to.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
for the most part, this is an album I can listen to from top to bottom. It's not really no one bad track on here, if you ask me. Like I said, my least favorite for years was Put on the Set, but
yeah.
um,
I mean, like maybe minimize the amount of skits because there was like four or five skits
yeah, there
throughout the
were
album.
quite a bit of skits. Like the intro, then after West Side, you had another skit, and then you had another skit after the one. There maybe were a little too many skits. I will say that,
Yeah,
but for the most
yeah,
part, the songs I could definitely listen to from
Yeah,
top
for
to
sure.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of inserts that I guess you can kind of say were a little unnecessary, but that's however you want to look at it. All right, so anyway, this album hasn't been reissued as far as I know. I don't think there's been any new vinyl out for it. It is coming up on 30 years, so I would say never. I mean, maybe they might put it on vinyl for collectors to collect. I don't know. There was a song that was on the B side of the What's Up single called "Hit the Ground." This song goes hard. If they ever do like reissue the album, hopefully they include that song on there because I don't know if you've heard "Hit the Ground," but it's a
I'll have to check out.
nice beat, nice smooth track. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, you
dun,
know what? Yeah, I think it does sound familiar. I need to go back and check that.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, I
dun,
remember it.
dun. Yeah. Yeah. That song goes hard. It was on the B side of West Up. So if I ever do see West Up in the record store, you know what, Ray? You probably should have bought it. They
Yeah, I know.
didn't even know what I'm talking about.
I know. And the thing is, like, I was like, you know what? I think that was the time when I saw it in Denver, like I
Okay.
think 2 years ago, and I
Okay.
remember it was like $20, and I was like, nah, I'll just wait till I go back home. But
Yeah. It's,
I don't remember, but I think it was that time I was in Denver.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So
I didn't want to take it on the plane. I guess I don't know
yeah.
why, or
I
maybe
mean,
it's, I don't know. Maybe I felt like, oh, I'll find it cheaper at home, but I haven't found it since, so I should have just picked it up and when I was
yeah.
out there.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. If I ever do find it, I'll let you know. All
Yeah, for
right,
sure.
recommendations. Coolio was on this album, so he had an album out around this time, which was called Gangsta's Paradise. Gangsta's Paradise, blew up, the song definitely. So definitely that would have to be a recommendation. And Dub C actually does appear on Gangsta's Paradise as well. So
Yeah.
another album he appears on is Mac 10's self-titled album, Mac 10, The Westside Slaughterhouse. So that would be another recommendation. And
One of my favorite tracks.
yeah. West Side Slaughterhouse. That's one of your
Yeah,
favorites. Yeah.
yeah,
Gabriel and I reviewed that one, episode number 78. So
yeah. I seen that one. That was like one of my favorite albums. I was like, dang, they got that one already.
so see, you've taken some from Gabe, and I'm sure
Yeah,
he's taken some from you. So I mean, it goes hand in hand. What can I say?
yeah.
So
Fair trade.
the fair trade. So yeah, I know that one hurt. Yeah, let Gabe know that hurt you.
No, I know
uh,
because I know he wanted to do the DJ Quick Safe and Sound too.
yes. Well, I mean, we got that from him. So. And then last recommendation, we're going to go with obviously the one I talked about at the top of the episode, Westside Connection's Bow Down. We should be doing that album very soon, so be on the lookout for that episode. All right, so we've talked about the album. Any final thoughts before we put this episode in the books?
I think it's just one of Dub C's better, in my opinion, better solo album, or not solo, but from WC and the Maad Ciricle. I like this one more than his first one in '91.
Mm-hmm.
It's all around West Coast right here, gangster rap at its finest. I would just recommend to pick up and check it out, or at least check out the singles. Those will draw you in.
Yeah, I mean, I think the singles definitely well, at least the lead single, West Up, outweighs, the rest of the album. So, but I would
Yeah,
check out the one also. I think the singles would be enough for a hip hop head to just want to check out the rest of the album. It's a great album. Like I said, I prefer the first album, better than this one. Just my opinion. But I mean, it's a great album, and I feel if something good leading up to the West Side Connection album, I think this is a good start. This along with the Mac 10 self-titled one as well.
yeah, for
Anyway,
sure.
for LA Ray, Vandal Society, I'm Justin Too Tall for You
Yes.
Fool. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.